fish. Thumped it. There's a fish. Felt him thump it. What is it? It's a carp? No way. No, it's a muskie. Finally a break in the weather. So we've had wind, snow, ice, freezing temps. Finally today it's around 50. And because of all that ice and rain and everything else, the river is up, but I'm gonna chuck around this big old jig here, see if we can get something. There's a fish. Thumped it. Oh, he pulled off. Holy crap, that was a big fish too. No idea what that was. Dang it. Again, I have no idea if that was a bass or what, but it's high water coming up. Figured I'd fish this eddy. Man, that stinks. It's all right, we're gonna shrug it off. Maybe there's more in this area. If not, we're gonna try somewhere else. Whatever that was a solid fish. Might sound weird to hear, but I love fishing high rivers, high water, mainly because I'm a bank angler, and like I said, these, especially when the water's cold, into these eddies, well, there's no current, so they're not out there exerting their energy fighting it. But in the wintertime, it's hit or miss. You can come out here for a whole week straight, not get anything, and then come out for a day and find something. It's usually a soft bite too. That was a really soft bite. Kind of just slurped it up, whatever it was. I don't know how he pulled off either. That's a big old stout hook on there. Got a weed guard just because of if there's any dead leaves or anything. Strange. I don't know how he popped off. Guess it just wasn't meant to be. All right, before we lose daylight here, we're gonna go try somewhere else. There's a few spots up through this stretch, as you guys know, that I usually fish. But when the river comes up, these are areas that I've caught fish before, so that's what I'm gonna try. Just be nice to get a fish in the hands today. Like I said, it's been a while. As you guys know, I haven't posted a video in a while because I haven't been catching anything. Mainly just because I haven't been out fishing. This jig I'm using too is a pretty hefty jig. Typically, I'm more of a finesse angler, as most of you probably know, but when the river's up, you gotta use something heavy to get down there. This is like a 1/4 ounce, I believe. It's got, like I said, a beefy stout hook. I like to use some thicker gear in the wintertime because cold water actually makes their mouths a little bit tougher and harder. So I like to use a heavier rod. This is actually a medium heavy fast. It's a Bull Bay Rods LMG. It's 7'3". Just that extra backbone just to bury them hooks in there. Now, sometimes you come to the river and it smells like crawfish and river water. It just has that river smell to it. Exactly what it smells like right now. Last year, there was a muskie that kept staying in this little spot right here, this little eddy. Couldn't even tell you how many lures he took from me. I'm not even sure if I landed him or not. I did. He's definitely in one of my prior videos. Something I've realized too, just from fishing high water, there's like a sweet spot, not when the river's completely up high and not when it's down too low, but kind of right in between. And whenever it's high, but yet it's not chocolate milk. It's almost like the bass don't eat whenever the river's extremely high, and then when it starts dropping, they start feeding up again. But again, in the wintertime, it's about right place, right time. Just getting out, making the cast. It's not what I wanted. I can get that back. Good. Got it. There's a fish. Felt him thump it. What is it? It's a carp? No way. It's another thing I've found out too in the wintertime. Catching carp. Eating jigs. No, it's a muskie. Speak of the devil, just talked about hooking a muskie here last year. Hopefully I have him hooked with the hook and the lures in his mouth. Well, that's a pleasant surprise. Makes me wonder if that's what I hooked down at the boat launch too. He just looked really pale at first, kind of looked like a big old carp. It's a healthy sized one. Not a giant by all means, but not a bad one. Get him up here and try to take a quick look at him and let him go. And there's one more spot I want to hit. Try to get on a big old smallie. Like I said, I'll take a muskie though. Something's better than nothing, and a muskie, that'll work. Fat son of a gun. Oh, he just pulled off. Well, you guys kind of got to see him there for a second. Snapped me off. Like I said, I think some of his teeth were fraying my line there. Nothing you can really do about that. Hopefully he shakes that hook. Sure he will. It's one of those things where I'm not trying to catch a muskie, so I don't really have the gear for it. And I always feel bad whenever I snap off in them, but like I said, God willing, he throws that jig. All right, we're throwing jigs with all kinds of trailers tonight. So this one is a tackle Max Craw on a 1/4 ounce jig. In this area here, caught some really nice ones, but it's also snag central too, so I do have a jig in my pocket just in case. All right guys, unfortunately I can't show you a fish in my hands, but hopefully you guys did get to see that nice muskie I hooked into. But until next time, you guys stay fishing, stay anchored. Don't let the winter time scare you. You still can catch fish, as you see. Like I said, it's just far and few between. But I'll see you guys in my next outing that actually has some action to it. But again, thank you guys for all the support, and I'll see you guys soon. God bless you.